Go ahead.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I don't know if you noticed that the monsoon seems to have joined Toastmasters. It's been on time to the meeting, full of energy, occasionally goes overtime, just like other speakers like me. But rain and shine, here we are, cozy, committed, ready for our 428th meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters. While the weather might be unpredictable, one thing remains constant: our dedication for growth, communication, and good laugh along the way. Behind our speeches, rules, evaluation lies a purpose that unites us. As a club, we proudly carry the mission of Toastmasters, which is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And trust me, no umbrella can shield you from that kind of transformation. It pours, it floods, and we grow in confidence, courage, and clarity. I'm part of 21 Toastmasters since 2019 now, so I'm happy. Before we jump into today's exciting agenda, here are a few ground rules which we follow throughout the meeting for a smooth run. Please keep your noise-making devices on silent mode or switch off. Please listen to our speakers intently and do not disturb while the speaker is speaking. Let's not text anybody or assigning to everyone while the speaker is speaking. Please keep your cameras on and audios off throughout the meeting. Only speak whenever you are being asked to. And encourage the speakers as much you can with virtual claps or with Zoom emoticons, which is there on the lower toolbar of your Zoom app. With that, I would like to call a person who has seen life not like just who doesn't want to live just his life. He wants to make out the best out of it. He was into a corporate world the way we are in right now. He was going through working day and night as a developer in corporate world. However, one fine day he decided that no, this is not for me. I want to do something different. I want to tell stories to people. I want to train people on their soft skills. And that fine day, he took that turn. He took that decision. It was difficult, but he did not give up. And today, he's a storyteller, he's a TEDx speaker, and he is a corporate trainer. And he's none other than my mentor. All the way, I'm following him up from Hyderabad till here. Anant Katyayani, our president of the our presiding officer of the our presiding officer of today. Let's have a round of applause for Toastmaster Anant. Over to you, Anant.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for that kind and hearty introduction. It took me back years in the past. When I saw you for the first time at IIIT Hyderabad, I visited your club as one of the division directors over there. And I saw potential, and the potential is really fulfilled by now when we see you, not just as an EC officer in the club, but also making us all proud by reaching all the way till district ISC finals of District 41. For those who are joining us for the first time, for your context, it's comprising of the entire northern India and Nepal as a territory, the District 41. And Priyanka was among the best 11 speakers over there. So Priyanka, thank you so much for fulfilling that potential and becoming a role model for all of us. People, we can applaud for Priyanka wherever we are sitting. And this will be our mantra for today's meeting and any such meeting anyway, that we applaud sincerely, wholeheartedly, the way we want others to applaud for ourselves. In fact, that is a very fulcrum, very fundamental cog in the wheel of this entire community of Toastmasters. Before I tell you a small anecdote, I want to welcome all the guests who have joined us today. So let's start once again with Prarthana to reintroduce herself to the club in the form of where she belongs to, how did she hear about the club, and what is her one-liner goal or expectation from this meeting. Pratna, let's have you on the spotlight.
Hi everyone, my name is Pratna Bhutani and I have joined for the second time in this club meeting this week. Really valuable and I generally met some really nice people. At the end of the meeting, I was almost enjoying the informal talks that we had. So my one vision to join this was just to improve my verbal skills and also to meet new people, see how they communicate. And I think the last week has actually helped me to accomplish the objective, which is why I joined this week as well. And yeah, I'm from Delhi NCR.
Thank you, Pratna. You certainly have come to the right place, and we interacted before the meeting as well. So good job on joining a bit early. I can see that you are only guest who has joined us for the first or second time today. The rest of all have been a member. However, we have Ayushi Rai, who is joining after a long time. So Ayushi, why don't we have you on the stage to reintroduce yourself to the club as well? Would you like to share where do you belong and how did you hear about the club? Just for everyone's understanding, and what is your expectation from the meeting today? Ayushi, if you can hear us. All right. So Ayushi is traveling and still joined us. So Ayushi, we will have you on the stage during the course of the meeting. Thank you so much for confirming through our text. Folks, our club's name is Turning Point. It has a certain history behind. Bhupinder often tells that history in our milestone meetings. But I want to draw attention to the milestone moments, the turning points of our own lives. So, turning point of our own lives. Have a thought about that phrase. Any one of you, does a vague visual memory click in your mind? Anyone? You need not unmute and answer immediately, but just think, dig deeper. Do you see a turning point in your life, in your mind right now, where either this side or that side, life could have been totally different? Where you are right now today, maybe you're grateful for that, or maybe you miss that lost opportunity where the life could have taken you towards completely different paths. If at all something like that comes to your mind, I would want to see a raise of hand that, yes, I have a turning point in my mind right now. Anyone? I don't need to you to share that. Save that for table topics. But anyone? Okay, you are still thinking, all of you. It's not a speech topic. It's something that is very close to my heart. In my life, there have been many defining moments of my life. Pooja says yes. Good job, Pooja. You could think of that. In my life, I have seen a couple of moments where I can definitely say uh, life would have been totally different by accident, by design. But today, where I am today, without being boastful, I want to share that I have a certain say in where I am today. I am the master of my own destiny. I am the captain of my fate. The reason being, years ago, as Priyanka also mentioned, I quit corporate world and started something of my own. And life was never easy after that. It hasn't been a day of roses and sunshine even today. Every day is a hustle. And if you are in any sort of hustle, personally, professionally, you would understand what I'm saying. It's never a safety, security net anymore. Every day I'm going to interact with a bunch of clients, prospective clients, through LinkedIn, through agencies, etc. And I don't know which among them would eventually say yes, or how many of them will choose to ghost me after the interaction and won't even say no for the assignment or for the training opportunity. I have been, you can say, jobless in terms of professional engagement for months at a stretch in the last 8 years. At the same time, I have never fallen in the pit of self pity. And you know why? Because one choice that kept me afloat of the sea of negativity has been this platform, Toastmasters. And not just a couple of weekly meetings where I can hone my skill, I can feel good about myself, I can get appreciation, support from this community, but through this network, many places where I could serve pro bono, where I could serve free of cost as a trainer, as a learning opportunity for myself in the training field. And I'm grateful for all those opportunity, all those audience interactions, all those customer feedback, which I got without getting paid. But that customer feedback was my earning in those meetings. That is one of the reasons when COVID hit, when the world was slowly adjusting to virtual trainings online mode, I was chosen for a couple of long-term assignments in the CSR field, education field, by the partners over there, one of the biggest IT companies of the world, purely because I could really conduct trainings like a fish to the water. I adapted like anything because I had been working as a virtual or online trainer beforehand. Why I'm going through all these scenarios? Because every 6 months or 1 year, there is a disruption happening. Unfortunate pain point I would like to highlight of the last week. In the last 1 week, I think many of the biggest companies of the world, they have announced layoffs, right? Seen the news? And you know who are going to be the ones most affected by it across all levels? The ones who are only and only relying upon hard skills, technical skills. The ones who are going to couple their abilities, the technical abilities, with the soft skills, with the audience facing skills, with the public speaking skills, some sort of leadership capacity building, multitasking, many of these tacit skills, they are the ones who are going to be really valuable in the age of AI. One last item I want to share with all of you. And I came across this, I think, in the last couple of days itself, a very good analogy of human versus AI. What exactly is the difference between a human and an AI? Thanks to Anshuman for encouraging us to read more. I read and watch a lot of content. You know what AI is? AI is a dumb version of a human, but because it's dumb, it's fast. It's dumb because it only does as it's told, and it does that fast because it doesn't have that emotional baggage, that decision making, that long-term worries or plannings or all of that. It doesn't have to think in a large perspective. It doesn't worry about the consequences of that decision. So AI is simply a dumb creation by humans, but it's fast. So AI certainly cannot replace you if you are not dumb, you are smart enough to have the emotional intelligence. If you have the mastery over persuasion, motivation, or as simple as educating or entertaining fellow human beings. If you have the ability to think critically, modulate or articulate in a non-confrontational or non-offending manner, and if you can think on your feet with wit, with experiential wisdom, AI can never replace you even in 100 more years. So, ladies and gentlemen, Turning Point Toastmasters or the Toastmasters platform in general is that place where all of this can happen if we sit, attend, even if at the comfort of our home or in a physical place, but with keen intent, with videos on for that matter, with complete eyes and attention and focus to what's happening, who is speaking on the stage, and what what subject matter they are speaking about. This is the place where I have changed my life. I have met my turning points in life, and I am proud of where I am today because of the choices that I have made, because Toastmasters has been my partner in all those choices at every turning point. I invite you all once again officially at meeting number 428 of Turning Point Toastmasters to find your own turning points in life. Ladies and guests, gents, all the guests and members, wish you all a very, very fine monsoon season. Hope this monsoon season wipes away all the fog that is there in your decision making, in your own clarity about your own future. Do not worry about these external noises of AI and this and that. You have a platform where you can improve your own technical and soft skills. On that note, I welcome once again all the guests and members who have joined us in between. And as I can see, there is no first timer guest. I would invite you all to switch on your camera for just a split second, even if you are in a noisy environment or wherever you are. I just want to take a quick selfie before we begin. So everyone, all you need to do is throw some smileys, emojis, quick video on. Thank you, Pratna. Thank you, everyone. Ayushi, you are traveling if you can. Once again, I will count on 3, and at that point, click your emojis so that it is captured. On 3, 2, 1, cheese. Done that. Excellent. It is now my pleasure and a privilege to invite once again someone and return the favor. Someone who introduced me, I get to introduce her back. Very, very exciting theme. So I will not spoil the theme. I will simply introduce this person as someone who has never gotten tired of studying. He is still studying. I don't know for what God-forsaken reason, but she is a fond learner. And in a way, it's a good thing, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the constant learner, the perennial student, one of the finest products of Turning Point Toastmasters in the history so far, Priyanka Mishra, the Toastmaster of the evening. So Priyanka, let's have a quick audio video check.
Hi Anand, am I not visible and not audible?
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny. Go ahead.
Okay, guys. I would first of all I'd like to tell you that I am running in disguise. That the moment I have shared this theme, the people the police is after me. So I have to stay like this. And I need to tell you, given the obligation I have, that everything you are about to hear is 100% illegal, immoral, and absolutely not recommended. Which exactly it is being shared at Toastmasters. The session is a satire. Any tips of how to scam are meant to tickle your funny bone, not your criminal instincts. So please do not try this at your home, at your club, or any kind of role sign-ups you'll be taking in the future. So this speaker accepts no responsibility of any kind of criminal proceeding that will happen in your life in the future after this session. And say, for example, maybe tomorrow, without even election, you become a president of the club and you just blame me, then I won't be responsible. So with that, let's start the theme. What I'm going to talk about: how to do a scam. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious what I'm going to talk about. So this is not because I am really a person who is evil or who is a con artist. No, the society has made me to think about like a scammer. I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was traveling. I was in a bus, nicely sleeping. I got a call in my bus, and the person told me that, hey, hi, this is so XYZ person. This is XYZ. I won't take the name. Let's call him XYZ. Or we can pick somebody's name, say Rahul. Hi, this is Rahul. I'm calling from Blue Dart Courier. And so from your parcel is already, your delivery boy is waiting for you. He's not able to call you as he's not finding your location. Could you please guide your location to the delivery boy? And this is his number, please call him. Then I was wondering, why couldn't he call me? Because my number is already there, right? He said, no, he's not able to reach you out. Could you please call him and guide the location so that he can deliver the parcel? And surprisingly, I was actually expecting a Blue Dart parcel. What he texted me a number. It said 401 star, one 10-digit number. I was really confused that why it is star 401. I asked him, what is a star thing? I don't understand. He said, it is the company number. So that is why the number looks like this. And I'm so smart. I dialed the number. Do you know what happened just after that? All my calls, went to a call forwarding mode. Call for at the top toolbar of my mobile. It said that call forwarding activated. And I panicked. I was in the bus and I don't know what to do. Whom do I call? What should I do? I have no idea. Suddenly, I'm not able to do anything. My internet is not working properly. Nothing is working. I got panicked. I switched off my phone. And then I thought, no, this is a dumb idea, switching off the phone. So I switched the phone on, and then the passenger was sitting beside me. I requested to just use Google. I searched in Google how to deactivate the call forwarding. There was some option. I dialed that in my mobile, and thankfully, it got stopped. And I'm so really thankful to whichever God I worship, that none of my bank balance was empty. Everything was good. I got saved. So what exactly happened? But by dialing this star 401, all the OTP, all the text messages, all your phone calls will be forwarded to another number. That I can even do to you guys if you are dialing to my number. So that kind of scam, I just got scammed few days ago. Me get scammed. The way Ananta explained me that I love studying and I'm a genius and this and that. No, I'm well educated. Still, I got scammed. So how do people scam so easily? By learning the loopholes. Recently, another scenario I'll talk about. There's a guy called Harshvardhan Jain. He rented a house in Ghaziabad. And he bought very fancy cars like Audi or big cars, Fortuner, such cars. And he rented a big house and he kept those big cars outside his house. And then using some connections, sorry for disturbance, using some connections, what he did, he declared himself as the head of an embassy of a micronation. That micronation is nothing, is called as West Antarctica. Now you might be wondering what is West Antarctica. I'll give you a small glimpse that what is micronation first of all. So is micronation is like West Antarctica is part of, exactly, you saw that recently, is part of Antarctica, where some Navy general went and declared a small part of Antarctica as a nation, which none of the countries accept that as a nation. They do not consider that as a nation. We do not consider their passport as well. However, that small part of Antarctica is called West Antarctica is also considered a nation by few folks of that particular places. So they also have citizens. They also have their own flag. They also have some logos of their country, micronation. So this Harshvardhan, what he did, using his connections, he told that I'm running an embassy of such micronation like West Antarctica. And then he started fooling people, saying that I'll give you a job if you want to go and travel outside and get a job. He started taking money. He started taking just scamming people, and like that, he was not doing from yesterday. He was doing this from 2017, and he just got caught today. He don't know how to scam or what. I don't know what mistake he did, but special task force caught him somehow. So maybe he was not smart enough. She should have joined my session to understand how to spam. So, but however, if you see, we should see the loophole how we can fool people. Then only you can do scam. For example, Toastmasters. If you want to scam Toastmasters, please be advised. Please do not practice what I'm going to say, but it can be done. I found a loophole. For example, I don't want to sign up for, or I don't want to pay the fees for next 6 months. And however, I want to practice my speeches. What I can do, I can go to any club and say that I am from XYZ Toastmasters. Could I please have a speech slot? And I'm not a Toastmaster, for example. I did not sign up for the next term. They won't go to bed. They won't go and check the website whether the person is a member or not. They won't go and sit down and do that. So I can easily scam people for at least 6 months until till the moment great people in a Toastmaster catches me. So such loopholes is everywhere in the world. So it's not like we are doing as an adult. We have done in a childhood also. We have done such things. Have you not done that? Oh my God, teacher, I'm sick. I got sick. That's why I did not do homework. Or for example, you're fooling your mom that mommy, I don't want to go to school because I'm not feeling good. Or something happened. Or tomorrow is a holiday. It's raining. It's a monsoon. So the school has declared holiday for a week. Like that, we also have done such scams. Is there anybody daring enough to share a scam they have done in their life? A tiny scam which you won't get caught by police. Would anybody like to share? I have shared enough. You can share. And this is not, and whatever content is being talked here is completely for fun purpose. So you can share if you would like. Anybody?
See,
Yes.
I
can share.
didn't scam anyone, but I got scammed.
Oh wow. Yes, Tushadam, you go ahead. How?
Yeah. So, if I, in retrospect, if I talk about that, I feel that how can, I go through that. But the thing is, it's a year back. Someone called me that I am your father's friend, and he has asked me to send 10,000 to you, right?
Okay.
And he was having every information of my father. Then okay, I said okay, you can send to my account. So I gave him a phone pay number. Then he sent me 10,000. It was like proper phone pay message. All right. Then I said okay, uncle, I got it. Okay. So then just after that, I got a message that 10,000 extra aa gaya hai, right? Then he told me that can you please send me, oh, I just mistakenly sent you 10,000 more. And I couldn't think at that time, like, I was panicking. So I thought, and I thought that, okay, how can he do the, like, how can I get 10,000 more? So I was in my mindset that I have to return that money to him. So he told me, beta, can you please send me 3,000? Okay. And then he was pressurizing me at that moment, just trying to test me. So he was saying that, someone of his friend is in the hospital, so he need that money. So please, can you please send me? I sent him 3,000, again 3,000. Oh my God. Then five. See, it was the stupidest thing that I've ever done. Okay, but I'll tell you what happened. Then 15,000, it was, I sent him. Then my mind got dry. I started crying. Then again, I got a message that 30,000 I have, got. So till 15,000, I did it. Then now I knew that I am scammed. Okay, I started crying at that time. And okay, so, and then I cut the phone. फिर मुझे समझ में आ गया that okay, something is wrong. All right. So I think being very gullible and, sometimes it really backfires you. So, and the voice was very familiar and I knew the person, like, and I thought, oh, how can I get it? I have to repay that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I thought that my mind is, that some spell has been casted on me. I thought like that. But it's okay. That was a learning point for me. And I really cursed myself that, why, how can a knowledgeable person like me, do that thing? But from then I knew ki mujhe kya kya karna hai, what should I do and how should I be, but see, and one more thing I should share. I thought that I'll never share this with anyone, that I've done this stupidest, but now I share with everyone. Let people think about me that I have done something
And no,
very,
Sadhna, I totally understand. We all have been there, done that,
yeah,
done that. Yeah, so you need not to like curse yourself, hate yourself.
yes.
We made mistakes, and future you won't. So I would like to quickly go to Rupinder to hear what he has to share. Rupinder, are you there? Okay, I think Rupinder. Okay, yes, Rupinder.
I don't have much to share. I was scammed by my younger brother.
Nice.
Surprise, surprise. You see, when my parents bought me a scooter, I dutifully accepted that scooter. But my brother had his eyes set upon a bike. So he told my mom a ridiculous thing, saying that his left hand had a problem. He could not depress the clutch of a scooter, but he could depress the clutch of a bike. And I said, you use the same hand for bike as you use as a scooter. There's no difference. He actually threatened me by telling me that he's going to tell on my mom about the girl that I was dating at that time. So I had to settle that my brother is going to get a bike and I had to stay content with my scooter. Scammed.
Okay. Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm also being scammed by my sister, by my brother. Every day he scams me to do certain things because he says that you'll be rewarded by you'll be rewarded, and I never get rewarded. He asked me to do so many jobs I do on his behalf. So siblings are always scammers, believe me. And let's start. So with that note, let's not scam the meeting. Let's start an honest note of the meeting. This meeting is comprising of 3 sessions. The first session will be having a prepared speeches where the speakers prepare their speech for a while during the course of time and then deliver in front of us. They make a lot of hard work, so please, I request everyone to please listen to them keenly. Second session we have for the people who are not prepared, a table topic session where you'll be given. I won't go in detail. So it is. I would just say it is like an impromptu speaking with just on a simple topic. And the third session to check whether every one of the speakers on the stage, they have not scammed us. They came and spoke. So to keep a check on that scamming of, to keep a check on how we have spoken in the meeting, how well we have spoken, what areas where we can improve on, comes a next session that is called evaluation session. And that evaluation session is being run by our general evaluator today, Toastmaster Pooja. Let me tell you something about Toastmaster Pooja. You might know her as a trainer, as a personal coach, as a person who can tell you how you should look, how you should talk, how she also inspires you by interviewing great people on YouTube. So she's a content creator, she's a multitasker. But beside that, I would like to share something you might not know about Pooja. During district finals, when I was about to deliver my speech, Pooja was my roommate. And the moral support which I got from Pooja cannot be compared, cannot be bought, cannot be said anything. That moral support was given by I would say it was only for 2 days, but she was the best roommate I ever had. So let me call my district finals roommate, Toastmaster Pooja, on the stage to take the general evaluation session. Over to you. Introduction. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How are you all? So I am a general evaluator for today. So my work is to evaluate the entire meeting. And I'm not going to do this alone. I have a team with me who is going to help me in this process. So I would like to call our first team member, Timer Toastmaster Dhamdeep. Please come on the stage and explain your role.
Now, I just want screen sharing rights to explain my role. Hope I can do that.
Tech Master, please help us out.
Dhamdeep, your voice is as well low. So
Nandip, you should have access. Please check.
Yeah, thank you for that and hope my screen is visible to all of you. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Time and tide waits for everyone. Oh, sorry. I think that is not true. The reverse is true. Time is the greatest asset, and it never wait for none, never wait for anybody. And this is the platform where the leaders are made, and no leader is possible without time management. And that's the importance of time. And I'm having that bigger responsibility with me to time all the speeches, all the table topics, all the evaluations, so that I could help you, whoever is talking here, to manage your time. And with that, I will just show the demo what it will be. Suppose if your allocated time is minimum 3 seconds and maximum 7 seconds. So on the screen, you would see like this. So at the 3 seconds, your green light will be like this, which shows that your minimum time 6 seconds is your optimal time, and the 8 is like gone. I mean, that's your maximum expected time and out of time. So this is where the green light, the yellow light, and red light will be the 3 signals you will be seeing at your screen. So for example, in case of table topics, so at the 1 minute, there will be green light, just like the way I have shown. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, there will be yellow light, and at 2 minutes, there will be red light. And of course, for each category, there will be 30 seconds of the grace period. And after that, you will be disqualified if you exceed that even 30 seconds of grace period. So with that note, I would like to stop here and will come up with my timer report at the end when my general evaluator will call me to do so. Thank you for listening to my talk. Over to you, general evaluator, Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dhamdeep. Now I would like to call on the stage our next role player, that is AHA Counter, Toastmaster Sadhna. Please explain your role.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Pooja. A very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your AHA counter for today, and my responsibility is to listen to every speech carefully and take a note of all the filler words and crutch words or repetitive words that are used in the speech. Filler words like and some repetitive words like, so, but, actually. And these words hamper our speech and the clarity of speech. So I will be noting those down, and at the end of the meeting, I will be presenting a report on my observations. Thank you. Over to you, G. Yeah, generally valid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sadhna. Now I would like to call on the stage our next role player, grammarian Toastmaster Nandini. Please come on the stage and explain your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pooja. Am I audible and visible?
You are audible and visible. Over to you.
Okay, so hello everybody. I am Nandini, and today I am going to play the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, I have two primary responsibilities. First is that I will introduce the word of the day, which we all are encouraged to use whenever we speak, whether for speeches or for role plays. And second is that I will be observing the language which we will use and note all the good phrases, good usages, and the bad ones as well. So today's word of the day is meticulous, which means to show great attention to detail to something. For example, you can say the general evaluator was meticulous in her feedback. Or you can say that our speaker was meticulous while timing her speech so that it finishes on time. Or you can say that our grammarian kept a meticulous record of all the good phrases and the bad ones. So I will put it in the chat box as well. So for the sake of convenience, and all of you are expected to show a thumbs up whenever somebody uses the word of the day. Apart, I will be coming up with my report at the end when called upon by General Evaluator. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nandini. So here is my tag team, and I will submit the entire report at the third section, that is evaluation section. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Priyanka Mishra.
Thank you so much, my beautiful general evaluator, Pooja. for a wonderful be on brief role players introduction. Now, this is time to start our first session, that is prepared speeches. Our first speaker of the day is a Toastmaster. Let me tell you, she's an emotional scammer. Believe me, last term, she was the VP Education. Do you know what did she do? Every other week, she'll come. Priyanka, which role are you taking? Well, no, I'm busy. I think I have a meeting at time. Priyanka, would you do that? Would you do this to me? Look at my beautiful face. Look at my puppy face. Still, would you do this to me? And you know, I every time used to get melted. I'll discuss. I won't go to my meeting, and I'll take a role for next Toastmaster meeting. So such emotional scammer is our next speaker. Do you know who is her evaluator? Toastmaster Anant. I think is the strict. I think she deserves such a strict evaluator. So let me call Toastmaster Anant to share the objectives of Toastmaster Aina's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Anant. Anant, are you with? Yes, Anant. I request you. Yes.
Please confirm if you can hear and see me.
All good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Folks, Toastmaster Aina is attempting a project from level 3, and that is an elective of inspiring your audience. And that exactly what her speech objective is, to use a story which is a speech or a speech which is a story and inspire the audience. I will give her additional feedback in general as well. Timer, please note, timing is 5 to 7 minutes. The pathways itself, the path name itself is motivational strategies. So I think this is one of the best electives she can choose under this path. All the very best, Aina. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. Toastmaster Anant. Aina, could you unmute yourself so that we can check your, yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Priyanka, am I audible and am I visible?
Yes, you are. So you want the camera to be on this level, at this level?
Can you please check with me? Is it comfortable?
This is all right for us. Okay. So Toastmaster Aina, when life happens, remember her. When life happens, remember her. Toastmaster Aina.
Oh my God, another week, another meeting, another speech. That dreaded meeting is right around the corner and I've barely written a word. What should I do? What should I do? The panic starts settling in. I started brainstorming excuses for not giving the speech. First, I thought I'll say I'm not well or I have some urgent work, even though none of this was true. But this didn't feel right. I'm a person of my words. At least I think I am. Then I thought I let ChatGPT handle it for me. The result, a well-written speech with amazing vocabulary. But now there was another problem. Who will memorize it? I can't do it. And I don't want to read it word by word. By the way, perks of an online club. If you're clever, you can read it. But I didn't want to do that. I should be honest with me, if not the rest of the world. So I backed out. This went on for a couple of weeks. Avoiding speech, dodging responsibility. Avoiding speech, dodging responsibility. Avoiding speech, dodging responsibility. Then I thought, I'll first write the speech and then take the speech slot. I opened my laptop and I wasted 2 hours by staring at that blank screen. Nothing came to my mind. I asked myself, what happened to me? I used to be so passionate about writing. Even during my PhD days, when I was busy with the research and there was so much chaos going on, I would always find time to scribble a few lines. It would give me peace and happiness. But now, I'm constantly juggling between work, bills, and responsibilities. My relationships, they are strained. And I hardly have time for myself. What is wrong with me? Every day, I get up, I take care of household chores, I go to work, I complain about work, I come back, again household chores, and then I sleep. This kept on going for day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. Guess what? It's been 4 years now. I just get things done and move around like a lifeless person. I barely have time for myself and I barely know who I am anymore. What happened? Life. I think life happened to me. The Anna who was so full of energy, who used to sing and dance, who used to scribble, is lost amidst the struggle of life. One day, I skipped work and I visited a friend. We were talking and laughing and having lunch. Then we started watching TV. I don't remember after how many years I was watching TV. You know what? He turned to me and said, "You're giggling like a kid." I paused and I looked at him and I realized for the first time in a long while, I was happy. I felt it. That evening, I sat down. I reflected on what he said. A flood of thoughts and emotions overwhelmed me, filled with anger and frustration. Why am I stuck with so many things when everyone is enjoying their life? I started venting about everything. I did it for 50 to 55 minutes, I remember. And eventually, I broke down in tears. I cried. I cried and cried and cried. And after a while, I felt light. I gathered my thoughts. And suddenly, I remembered a moment of the 5-year-old Aina who would run around in her jammies with a book in her hand, learning new poems so that she could recite them in the school assembly whenever she gets the chance. She did not do it for the applause or the praises from her teachers. She did it because she loved it. I recall that smile and that innocence on her face. I felt that and I immediately fell in love with that. And there I got my motivation back. Now I picture that little girl. She's sitting in front of me. As long as I can look at her, in her eyes, see that spark in her eyes, the spark which is filled with the happiness and pride, that innocence on her face and that beautiful smile, I know I'm doing it right. I do it for her. I do it for that little child who never gave up, who dreamed big but never gave up. The result doesn't matter. I just want her happy. That's my motivation. And I want her happy every day. That's my aim. And folks, if you find your motivation, Keep going back to that, because I can assure you it will help you achieve whatever your heart desires. That little girl reciting poems in the school assembly in the school dress is my motivation. What's yours, Madam Toastmaster?
Thank you so much, Aina, for a heart-filled and honest speech about the way we feel while delivering a speech, or before the way I feel before dodging any speech. Thank you, Aina, for sharing this. This is how I have done. Thank you very much for sharing this. I request everyone to share the token of feedback with Aina on a personal chat. That how did you feel about the speech? What recommendation do you have? I request everyone to share in a time of 1 minute. Timer, please note. Please give alert after 1 minute is over. Thank you.
Yeah, time's up.
Thank you. Now it's time to witness another scammer of the room. So let me tell you about a person. If say there are people who says anything to you and you believe them completely without even questioning them, they have such technique. They have those kind of skills. And this person has such a great storytelling skill that even if he says that we once upon a time we were living on Mars, this all happened, and then we moved back to Earth. Yes, he has a capacity with his storytelling technique to convince us that yes, it is possible. That person is none other than Toastmaster Rupinder. And to evaluate his storytelling speech, I request Toastmaster Tamanna to share the speech objective for Rupinder.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, please go ahead.
So today, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder is gonna give speech on a generic. He's going to deliver a generic speech with no specific pathways and no specific objective. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. And all the very best. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Madam Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you, Tamanna. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Rupinder, Toastmaster Rupinder, could you unmute yourself?
Audible, visible, incredible.
Yes, all good. Your brightness is changing frequently. Have you switched on?
Yeah, I'm out in the open.
Okay.
I'm out in the open, so can't help it. So let's
all right.
roll with this.
Okay.
Just a second. As a tech master, may I suggest something, Rupinder? That you press hard on the mobile or device screen and lock the exposure. At the center, just press hard. The exposure will be locked and it will not change because of the frequent movement.
Okay, 1 second.
Just press hard on the screen and it will be locked. If it doesn't happen, leave it. Worry not.
Okay, cool. I've done what you said. Now let's see what happens.
No, okay. So before that, the timing again, I'm repeating, timing would be 5 to 7 minutes. So Rupinder, so we are all set. Toastmaster Rupinder, the greatest epic ever. The greatest epic ever, Toastmaster Vinda.
Show of hands. How many of you have heard of the Ramayana? Show of hands. We all know that Ramayana was written by Valmiki. This is a story of a Ramayana that was written by somebody else. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and very distinguished guests. After the Battle of Lanka, that epitome of the triumph of good over evil, Valmiki began work on what he would envision as the greatest epic ever. When he finished, he offered his work up to anyone who would bother to read, from gods to demigods, from sages to saints, from the royalty to the common person. And everyone who read his epilogue said, "This is indeed a masterpiece. This is going to be the greatest epic ever." Everyone said that. Everyone, except one. Narayan, Narayan, Narad Muni. He said, "What you've written is truly great, but for it to become the greatest, you have to go find Hanuman and you have to seek his blessings." Valmiki was intrigued, and so he set out in search of Hanuman. He went up mountains, he came down valleys, he crossed forests, he went through deserts, he swam through rivers, and he trudged across the plains. Finally, he came to the Himalayas, where after days and days of searching, he chanced upon a garden. The moment he stepped into that garden, he realized that this garden belonged to no one else but Hanuman. And how did he know that? Because there in that garden, on every rock, on every stone, on every tree, on every branch, on every twig, on every leaf, Hanuman had written his own version of the Ramayana. Valmiki plucked one leaf and he started reading it. And as he read it, he was overcome with emotion. Why? Because what was written on this one leaf, it was so meticulously written with so much attention to detail. Valmiki was overcome with emotion. What was on this leaf was infinitely better than what he would ever write in his entire life. And he started crying, tears running down his face. Whereupon he felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Hanuman. "O great sage, why do you cry in my holy abode? It desecrates the place. Tell me what is your problem, and I will rid you of it. I promise you that. I give you my word." With trembling hands, Valmiki handed over his work to Hanuman. "I thought I had written the greatest epic ever. But what you've written on this leaf, it makes my work pale in comparison. How will the world know that I wrote the greatest epic ever?" Hanuman smiled. "That is your problem? Let me rid you of it for once and forever." And so saying, Hanuman grew in size. He placed Valmiki upon his shoulder and he grew in size. And he kept on growing until he was towering above the Himalayas. And that garden, it was like the size of a ball. Whereupon he reached down, picked up that garden in his hand, and he threw it into the ocean. Returning to his normal size, putting Valmiki down, he said, "There, now your epic will be known as the greatest epic ever. You have my blessing." "But you destroyed one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. How will the world know that you wrote a greater epic?" "Forgive me if I have offended you, great sage. But I did not write it for the world to read. I wrote it for myself, for my happiness, for my pleasure." Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, very valued guests, there was a time when I heard a quote: "A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song." And I did not understand what it meant until I heard this story. Hanuman did not write that speech because he had a story to tell. He wrote that story because he had a story in the first place. He was so consumed with writing that story that he allowed Valmiki to have the credit of writing the greatest epic ever. And now I ask you, what is it that you are looking for in Toastmasters? And why is it that you're constantly, invariably giving excuses? "I don't have time for Toastmasters. I don't think I can tell a story." Well, let me tell you one thing. The worst story you will ever tell will still be better than the best story you will never tell. So be like Hanuman. Pick up that pen. Write that story. Tell that story. Live that story. Worst case, your story will fall short. But who knows? One day you might, just might, write the greatest epic ever. Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, this is a way, this is a real way to meticulously scam people to persuade them to write more stories. Yeah, that's true. We need more storytellers, as you always say, Rupinda. Thank you for sharing a mythological story and motivating us to write to share more story of our life with others. It reminds me of an interesting story of Taj Mahal. I'll talk about this, but you have to wait for a minute of silence. You have to wait for a minute to share feedback for Toastmaster Rupinda's speech. I request timer to please give me a heads up for a minute. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, timer. Now, have you heard of Taj Mahal? Yes. Do you know Taj Mahal was also sold by somebody? You have one? Great. Let me tell you a story about a guy called Natwar Lal. You know what did he do? He sold Taj Mahal, not even once, twice. And how did he do that? It was an era of like 1940s to 50s, around 1950s. And he used to say that the government is planning to auction off the Taj Mahal to private investors because we are facing some financial constraints and it is too expensive to maintain. And public does not know about this yet. So this is a confidential opportunity. Please do not disclose with anybody. And surprisingly, there were people who believed in him. And how did he make it happen? He used to bribe some low worker, like low staff worker, and even give the private tours to people who are private investors outside India. They used to come and take private tour of Taj Mahal, and then even he used to say that once you give the down payment, I'll give you these papers. So he'll make fake IDs, fake government IDs, fake papers, and he used to organize some parties in government official buildings by bribing people. And he did it not even once, twice. He sold Taj Mahal. So he did not stop till Taj Mahal. He went ahead till Red Fort. He even sold. Let me check my news. Red Fort, he also sold Rashtrapati Bhavan. There was one more building he has sold. If somebody help me out.
Qutub Minar, I guess.
I think Qutub Minar, no, but yeah. One second. I would give me like a second. Yeah. It's just there on my list. All the scams which he had done. Yeah. Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan, and even our great Parliament House. And do you know what? Bollywood got inspired so much that they even made a movie out of that, and it's known as Mr. Natwar Lal. And Amitabh Bachchan is the protagonist. So do watch that movie whenever you get time after this meeting. With that, I like to call a person who's going to scam you more by giving you unknown topics, and he'll ask you to speak about them. So I like to call table topic master, Toastmaster Anand, to come on the virtual stage and share the scam topics. Over to you.
Thank you, Priyanka. I'm not going to scam that much. I'm actually making simplified for all of you over here. First of all, a few ground rules to take part in table topics. You have to raise hand, and then I will pick according to whether you are playing a role or who should get more priority. Of course, guests will get higher priority, but you have to have video on for that. If you can't have video on, let us know in the chat beforehand, but we would welcome if you can have video on, raise your hand virtually or physically, and then we will allow you on the stage to take part in the table topics. The way it works is, I will announce the topic loud and clear after the audio video check, twice and only twice, slowly, understandably. Then you can take maybe 3 to 5 seconds, not more than that, beyond which your time will start, with your first verbal or non-verbal gesture or word. Otherwise, your time will start. You will have to speak for minimum 1 minute. That means see minimum the green signal to stay qualified in the voting. Then further 30 seconds down the line, you will see a yellow card, and at 2 minutes, you will see a red card, beyond which you have 30 more seconds to wrap it up. In nutshell, see the green card at the least. Red card plus 30 seconds is your upper limit. All clear? Now, who will like to take the first topic? Easy topic. You can pick stories, anecdotes, your own opinions, benefits, disadvantages, any direction you want to take. It's completely yours. Who would like to have the first topic? Anyone? Perhaps maybe we can have one of the Toastmasters to take up a topic. How about we take Pooja? Would you like to take it? Let's have an audio video check for Pooja. Pooja, let us know today is a beautiful evening. Just say that.
Today is a beautiful evening.
Fantastic. Toastmaster Pooja, advertising is legalized scamming. Advertising is legalized scamming. Toastmaster Pooja.
Advertising. So whenever I think about this terminology or this word, the second word comes to my mind, and that is intentional scamming, which nobody can stop you for that. Have you ever seen, and even though nowadays, if we see the social media advertising, which Meta does with us, whenever you start thinking about any product or thinking to buy anything, or you are speaking about it, or maybe you're talking with your friends about it, and suddenly when you open your phone, those kind of reels come to your feed, and suddenly those kind of products, you just wanted to check out your Facebook, and you started scrolling your Facebook, and suddenly one ad pop up. So I think, yes, it is intentional scamming which is happening with us. So many times it happens, we don't want that product and we don't want to buy, or actually we don't need it. But again and again and again and again is popping up frequently, so that we or our mind start thinking that we do need this product. And the what to say, impulse of buying that product start in our mind even though we don't want it. And so many times it happens, after buying those product, just these products are just lying on our shelf, we are not using it. So yes, advertising is legalized scam, which nobody is telling anything about it, but yes, it is. Thank you so much. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Couldn't have agreed more over there. In fact, advertising is not just limited to the digital world, what we see on TV, what we read in news, especially in media. Anything could be a paid advertisement instead of an independent opinion. So buyers beware. Who would like to attempt the next topic? An easy topic. Maybe Pratna, as a guest, would you like to try your hands on that?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. So, folks, please welcome Pooja. She is attempting her first ever topic over here. Pooja, just repeat after me. Today is a beautiful evening.
It's Pratna.
My apologies. My apologies. I was just typing Pooja, so I spoke Pooja as well. Pratna Bhutani, please repeat after me for audio video check. Today is a beautiful evening.
Today is a beautiful evening.
Perfect. Guest Pratna, your topic is food safety in India is a joke. Food safety in India is a joke. Guess Pratna. You have to unmute.
Okay. So, has any one of you ever noticed the packaging of the food items that we have in our home? And you might have seen that they contain some kind of label, red label, green label, blue label, yellow label. There are a lot of labels. And a few years back, there was a post circulated on Facebook about what those labels mean. So actually, while they told about the category of the food items and a lot more about what the food contains, we don't really realize that there is a silent scam going on in the packaging itself. Many a times we have seen sugar-free products, and then there is the processed sugar containing in the ingredients box. So it's an indirect scam that is going on with people because consumers aren't really aware of what they are buying. They're just told by a relative, or maybe they're just influenced by that one uh, tagline that they go through, which is written just above the title or below the title or somewhere, which influences them to buy one product because that seems healthy or because that seems good to have, or because that would be helpful in the health or anything like that. But actually, if you go through the content, the nutritional facts, the necessary and additional information, there is already a scam going on where the products, even if they are in the very less quantity or maybe they are labeled as another name, but they still contain those harmful substances. So overall, you cannot say that any food item is 100% healthy for you unless you are aware of every product or every ingredient that's a part of it. So yeah, I just think that if consumers become more aware of these silent scams going on and if they read the packaging more carefully, I think we can be very much prevented from all those scams, and maybe then actually we'll get some market products that are more healthy and they're actually healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prarthana. It was quite informative. Almost reminded me of our latest internet sensation, Food Farmer. I think Mr. Himmat Singh Ka, that guy is doing a lot of good work in making awareness about food safety and food labeling. So those who haven't heard about him yet, please do explore him on the internet. Revant Himmat Singh Ka, aka Food Farmer. So he's actually making a wave into making India literate about food labels. At this point, I will also share that Turning Point Toastmasters is open to membership. So those guests who want to explore more about how to become a member, what is the fees, and what happens immediately after you become a member, how can you go about this journey, please reach out to Iti, who is VP membership, or me as president. Iti, if you can get in touch on priority is better. If not, then you can reach out to me as well. I have shared both the Turning Point guest group link in the WhatsApp. We can reach out to you via there, or you can reach out to us on one of these contact numbers of WhatsApp as well. At this point, I have one beautiful scintillating topic that will trigger maybe some mixed reactions in the audience. So who would like to take it up? Other than prepared speakers and TMOD, anyone can take it. I'll give priority to tag teams or evaluators. Anyone?
Has Dipesh spoken yet?
And not yet. Dipesh is yet to, I think, video on, switch the video on as well. Hey, Dipesh, you are there now.
Hi, Anand.
Hi. So, Dipesh, would you like to try your hands on a topic?
All right, controversial. I would give it a try.
That's the spirit, boy. Fantastic. So, Dipesh, okay, this is your topic. Dipesh Kumar. Guest Dipesh Kumar. Guest or Toastmaster, Dipesh?
Toastmaster.
Which club?
I'm a part of my corporate club.
Which one?
Walk the Talk Toastmasters, Goldman Sachs.
Voltaire. Okay, fantastic. So, Toastmaster Dipesh, believing on finfluencer these days is quite risky. Believing in finfluencer these days is quite risky. Toastmaster Dipesh.
It's just not the finfluencers which is risky. I would just generalize this. It's everything. The kind of influencers we have these days it's not at all credible. You never know what the intentions of the influencers are, which is mainly the views. And I can give you countless examples with regards to that. Recently, we had military escalations. And considering that, there were a lot of influencers in our country which questioned our the actions of our armed forces, even questioned the patriotism and a lot of unwanted things at a time of crisis where citizens actually need support. Just to gain views. The same goes with influencers. And a lot of things have been exposed in the recent days with regards to, I don't want to name the influencer, but he had been selling the multi-level marketing courses to the teenagers who are unemployed or who come from a very lower socioeconomic background. His audience was very wrongly, his target audience. And this sparked a controversy. Like we had been following that influencer for a number of years, and then this news came out that he has been scamming people in the name of multi-level marketing. And it's just not one scammer, there are multiple, right? And I bet everybody has been spammed on their YouTube by one ad by that guy. आप करोड़पति हो, आप करोड़पति क्यों नहीं हो? Why you're not a crorepati? Kids in their 20s are earning billions and you are not a crorepati. And that's how you are being sold insecurities. But the business model works on that very reason, that they would tell you how to become rich, but they don't know the real product. But because to make yourself rich, it requires years of persistent struggle. It doesn't have shortcuts, right? And nobody wants to tell you okay, somebody just named him, but I won't read it since this meeting is recorded. So this is how the things are. So it's just not about the influencers, but I would just say, please, 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 with regards to your opinions and apparels, everything you buy online, please ensure that it's from a credible source, because a lot of them are aimed for out of capitalistic motives and also views. Back to you, Table Talk Master.
Thank you so much, Deepesh. I couldn't have given you a better topic. Seems like you spoke from the heart and very, very responsibly handled as well. Even I was tempted to name a few such people who pop up in my feed time to time again. But very responsibly handled, since it's a very responsible platform, and we are talking about some controversial topics as well in a responsible manner, because this meeting is being live streamed. Great job over there. Anyone who would like to emulate the previous three speakers and attempt on one final topic?
I can.
Fantastic. Let me have Toastmaster Rupinder on stage. Rupinder, do you want to settle down before speaking? Or
Yes, just give me one small moment.
While you take that, worry not.
Yep.
Okay.
We're good.
Fantastic. Toastmaster Rupinder.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Toastmaster Rupinder, tell us one taboo topic the world should speak more about. Tell us one taboo topic the world needs to speak more about. Toastmaster Rupinder.
I'm going to counter my previous speaker, Toastmaster Deepesh here. The one taboo topic that I want the world to speak about is asking questions. Yes, people ask questions for the wrong reasons. Sometimes they ask for monetary reasons. Sometimes they ask for personal gains. Sometimes they ask for views. And sometimes they ask for reviews. But that should not stop us from asking questions. Because a question asked is a question either ignored or question answered. And until and unless you don't ask the question and get to the answer you want, you will never find peace. The world will never find peace. Yes, some influencers utilize the war to their own advantage. But what is also true is that some media utilize that war to their advantage as well. For more views, for more TRPs, they were basically acting like an immoral person. And that has to be called out, that has to be questioned. And if we are not going to question that, if we are going to accept the blind truth in the name of national patriotism or nationalism, or call it whatever you will, then we are doing ourselves a big disservice. Because we need to ask questions. Oftentimes, people have not asked questions and people have suffered because of it. The Nazi Germany is a prime example. What is happening in various dictatorships in the world is a prime example. We are fortunate to belong to a country where asking questions is encouraged. If not encouraged, it is not actively discouraged. So my submission here is that the one taboo topic that this world has to learn is to start asking questions. And as people who are giving answers, sure, go behind the motive of asking the question, but give a genuine answer. Because only when you ask questions that you find answers. And it is only when you find answers that you find solutions. Mr. Topics Master.
Very well spoken once again, Rupinder. And I believe that's the beauty of this platform. We saw two sides of one same coin in a very short span of time by two different speakers. And both of them were right, to be honest, because it's really a game of manipulation by the two different philosophies that are trying to dictate the whole world. You can loosely call both of them as conservatives or orthodox versus the uh, what do we call them? I think liberals. So that's the two kind of philosophies that are going around the world, and you have to decide where your center of gravity lies. Do not be dictated or persuaded by these so many uh, bombardments of advertising or opinions or persuasion. Be an educated citizen. Table topic master, me, is very, very happy today that we had a very civilized discussion and discourse. But let's take it beyond this meeting and let's have formal, informal, whatever opportunity arises, engage into discussion. Let your public speaking not be limited for this 1 hour or half an hour of once a week kind of slot. Let's learn let's practice what we are learning here in terms of skill building or in terms of practice to the real world outside and refine that once a week over here. At this point, I would like all of you to have a thorough round of applause for these four courageous speakers, Pooja, Pratna, Deepesh, and Rupindra. Please cast your vote. You can vote for yourself as well. The one that you think spoke outstandingly well and deserves your vote. I will have 10 more seconds for this poll to be put up. After that, I will close this and launch the poll for best prepared speaker. And in parallel, I will hand over to our Toastmaster of the evening. Last final 5 seconds before we close the poll. And closed. And with this, I hand over now to Toastmaster of the evening to continue the beautiful and Scanster theme that she is having running today. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you so, Table Topic Masters. Thank you so much for meticulously driving the whole session, as well as sharing a few words of wisdom. I think is one of the most informative table topic session I had in a while. So thank you so much for running this session, Toastmaster Anant. With that, coming to the theme, we were talking about scams. Don't you think sometimes we scam ourselves? Let's take the example of the context of Toastmasters. Sometimes we say, hey, how about I'll deliver the speech next week or next week. I'll take a role maybe after once I'm done or settled in my life. We keep on missing. We keep on procrastinating and keep on missing the opportunity to speak, which we get every week in our club. And we also miss the pieces of wisdom which people have here in the room to share with us. For example, I might have done a lot of mistakes today, and I might have done something well as well. What I can improve on? I have my own blind side, but there are people who help us, which to work on those blind side I have in myself. How to become a better speaker from today, with what I have today, the way I am today, the way I'm making mistakes. So those people are none other than the evaluators. And to run that evaluator team, I have Toastmaster Pooja again on the stage. I request her to come back and take the baton. Over to you, Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka. So, well, the final session, and so the key for success and learning is all about evaluation, because without it, I don't think so we can learn anything. So with this positive notes, let's start our evaluation. And so I would like to call our first speakers, Aina's evaluator, Toastmaster Anand Katyani on the stage. So quick audio video check, Anand.
Hey, Pooja.
Hello. So thank you so much. Yes, stage is yours.
Thanks so much, Pooja. And folks, today we were quite fortunate. You are seeing me again and again, and every time I'm coming with the same level of smile and pleasure and happiness. Because after every section or so, we are seeing that this club is producing speakers of a really, really refined quality, whether table topics, whether prepared speaker. And all of this began today with my speaker of the day, that is Toastmaster Aina. Toastmaster Aina, Priyanka did not introduce you with the word, with the moniker emotional scamster for nothing. You literally hit the nail on the bullseye today. It's not just the words and the subject matter that you spoke, it was marvelous, but the sincerity and the utmost honesty with which you delivered it, I felt your pain. And I'm sure audience also empathize with you in that moment of frustration. That is something visual, and that is something for all of us to learn from you. It was raw, at the same time, controlled. It was an expressive speech, more than well written, it was well delivered. On the delivery point, you get my highest of salute today because I'm seeing this kind of emotionally stirring speech after a long time. And a lot of us struggle with that. We are accustomed to writing and refining and mechanically rehearsing. The way you delivered it today, I don't know how to describe that impression that you have created today. I can only say that you should go through this recording again and again and again and compare what you intended versus how it was delivered. How similar or different was that? When it comes to delivery, it's not just the expression of pain, the anger, the anguish, happiness, guilt, resolution, all of those subtle emotions that were fully displayed. It was also an emotional range that you traverse. That is something unique. It was not entirely morose or entirely cheerful speech. It had all the elements, the ups and downs. What one thing you can perhaps improve upon, and there is no right or wrong, but this is just an idea to think about, to explore. I saw that you, towards the end of the speech, you came across a memory of that little girl who was happy once, who was not doing it for others, who was happily doing it for herself. How about you open with that as a child, as a memory? Then years later, you come across an entirely different individual. And that, again, back to the closing the loop, you come across, maybe take the artistic liberty over there, come across maybe a visual, a photograph, or a video, and come across it in terms of the storytelling narrative, and let it come back to the full circle. Because you start on a very different note and then come back to that happy memory. It doesn't create that contrast. It creates a contrast like a visual speech, not just an auditory speech. When we see where you have been, what went, and then how you come back to the natural state, albeit with a wisdom, with some sort of understanding. That's one area that I would like to give you as a recommendation on stage. Later, other things we can cover off stage, but you stupendous job. The emotional strength displayed over there, hats off to that. Keep working on it and let's connect off the stage. Over to you, Priyanka. Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. So now I would like to call on the stage our evaluator 2, Toastmaster Tamanna Gupta, to evaluate our speaker, Toastmaster Rupender's speech. Toastmaster Tamanna, let's have a quick audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, I have the honor of evaluating distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. someone who does not just deliver speeches but crafts experiences. Whether he's sharing an ancient topic or a personal anecdote, he has a way of pulling us into his own world. His speech today, the greatest epic ever, was no exception. It was informative, nostalgic, and rich with values. But more than that, it had his signature storytelling touch. You know, I still remember the last time he gave a speech, I was a timer that day. And I was supposed to keep the track of the time, but I was so engrossed in his story, I completely forgot to show the cards. That's the kind of impact his storytelling has. If I come to the content was amazing. The speech was meticulous. It had a clear opening, body, and conclusion with a deep rooted message. And Toastmaster Rupinder, your speech delivery was amazing. I think you have mastered this art. You used all the vocal variety tools. Uh, for example, when you were highlighting Narad Muni dialogue, signature dialogue, Narayan, Narayan, your tone was high at that time, and you used your vocal variety tools in a very good manner, in a very effective manner, and you highlighted uh, like you highlighted when Saint Valmiki plucked the leaf and read the story. So I could see how you fully integrated all your physical gestures with content to deliver a speech. So it was amazing. I have only one recommendation for you. Please adjust the settings of display before coming on the stage. Just this recommendation for you. And overall, your speech was beautiful, blend of culture, reflection, and engagement. And very important, you left us with a very encouraging message by saying to all of us that we should write a speech. I mean, we should we should be very prepared for our roles for the next time, especially in the speeches, rather than making excuses. You tell us, you encourages us how we can make our worst story the best. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupinder. You always teach us and motivate us. Thank you so much. This was all. Over to Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much, Tamanna, for sharing that. So now I would like to call our tag team on the stage. So first, I would like to call Timer Toastmaster Dhamdi. Please come on the stage and share your report. And please have a quick audio video check.
Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible, but your voice is little low.
Okay. Hope now it's better.
Same. Okay, I think it's audible for everybody else.
Yeah. So with that
Over
audio
to you.
check, I also want to confirm whether my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, thank you, General Evaluator, for giving me stage. And once again, all the fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, as I promised you that I will come back with my report, and here it is on the screen. So as I evaluated for these three phases in terms of the timings, so we were having prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. Coming to the first, prepared speeches. We had two prepared speeches, Toastmaster Aina, DTM Rupinda. Let's talk about Toastmaster Aina. Her speech timing, which was allocated, was 5 to 7 minutes. Actually, she has taken 6 minutes and 51 seconds. So, of course, she has finished her speech within time limit, and of course, she is qualified. DTM Rupinder, again 5 to 7 minutes was the requirement, and he has taken exactly that 7 minutes and 30 seconds of grace period, and with that he is qualified as well. So congratulations to both the prepared speakers for qualifying within time. Coming to the table topics, we had 4 speakers during this session. First speech by Toastmaster Pooja, allocated time 1 to 2 minutes. She finished her speech with 1 minute and 50 seconds. So that is within time. Congratulations. Guest Prarthana, given time of 1 to 2 minutes, she has finished her speech within 2 minutes. So that is again within time. Congratulations. Toastmaster Deepesh was the next speaker. With this given timing, he taken 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So again, he is qualified with that grace period timing. Our last speaker, DTM Rupinder, of this given timing, he has taken 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And again, with the grace period of this grace timing, he is also qualified. Now coming to the last phase of evaluations, where we had 2 evaluations, one by Toastmaster Anand and Toastmaster Tamanna. Coming first to Toastmaster Anand, as the allocated time was 2 to 3 minutes, there was 30 seconds of grace period, but he has taken 3 minutes and 48 seconds, and he is not qualified or not within time limit. Toastmaster Tamanna, with the given timing of 2 to 3 minutes, she has taken 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So of course, with the grace timing, she is within time. So with that note, I think that's all about my report. And I would like to, so here one tip for all of those, that you can always have the timing in your mind, that when you have to take the pause or you have to stop with your speaking, or you should try to wrap up when you see, I think, at least the yellow card. You can just start towards your conclusion, I think. So with that note, what I felt, I would like to stop here and giving back to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Pooja. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Damdeep. Now I would like to call our next evaluator, Toastmaster Sadhna, for your report. So please have a quick audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Over.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes,
Okay.
it is visible.
So for speaker 1 and speaker 2, there are no fillers or overused words. And for evaluator Anand, it is is the filler word, and Tamanna is a. And for Tamanna, overused words are you know and and. And table topic speakers, Pooja, Pratna, and Dipesh, the fillers are a. And for Pooja, the overused word is so. For timer, Deep, I couldn't observe any filler words. Then for Priyanka, it was a. Yes, so this was the report. Not much I could observe. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing,
yeah.
Sadhna.
Yes, over to you, Julia.
Thank you. Now I would like to call our next role player, grammarian, Toastmaster Nandini, on the stage. A quick audio video check, Nandini.
Today is a beautiful evening.
Yeah, today is a beautiful evening. Over to you.
Okay, so the first good phrase which I loved and I would definitely use is which Toastmaster Anand uses for audio video check, asking people to say today is a beautiful evening. So let me just know if my screen is visible as well. Toastmaster Pooja, is it visible?
Visible.
It is.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so today's word of the day was meticulous, and Toastmaster Rupinder, Toastmaster Priyanka, and Toastmaster Sadhna has used it. Toastmaster Sadhna has used it in chat while sharing feedback in the speech. Apart from that, let's first talk about the good usages. So Toastmaster Anant has used hit nail on bullseye, emulate previous speaker, center of gravity lies, and of course, today is a beautiful evening. For Toastmaster Priyanka, I loved the word emotional scammer and take the baton. Toastmaster Aina used the words dodging responsibility amidst the struggle, run around jammies. Guest Dipesh used capitalistic motives. Toastmaster Rupinder used rigue of it, pale in comparison, disservice, and a beautiful quote that a bird doesn't sing to answer a question, but to sing. For Toastmaster Pooja, she used the word lying on shelves during her table topic. Apart from that, let's talk about the improper grammatical usages. So Toastmaster Priyanka used on once, but I feel that it was a slip of tongue more than a grammatical error. Apart from that, she used have here. It should be have heard instead. Toastmaster Tamanna used speaked. Instead, it should be spoke. Guest Prarthana during her table topic said helpful in health. Instead, it should be helpful for health. And containing in ingredients, it should be instead contained in ingredients. That's it, my report. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Pooja Kushwaha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nandini. So this was a tag team. I would like to tell everybody, please give up once a round of applause for everybody who has done a great job. So yes, I think now it's my time to evaluate the entire meeting. So before that, I would like to go with table topics and then I would like to evaluate the entire meeting. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I would like to start with the speaker one. I was only the speaker, but little bit what I observed was first speaker was little confused and the content was not proper. It flow was not proper. And let's talk about the second speaker, that was Pratna. So she was a guest speaker and I love her confidence, the way she took up the topic and started confidently, and she holds the conversation and topic very beautifully. That was amazing, and she shared a central message with her speaking style. So amazing and good job, Pratna. Keep participating in the table topic sessions. So our third speaker was Toastmaster Dipesh, and love the way he started his speech by reiterating the topic, and he has used the word of the day, and he has ended with a very core message that I love the way he speaks. The one thing which I would like to recommend Dipesh is he was not looking at camera, so he has to look at that rest expressions, the way he has expressed vocal variety, everything. I love that. Then next speaker was Toastmaster Rupinder. So everything was amazing as always. Just as Tamanna said, I'm also wanted to say the same thing. Like I think camera was moving during the speaking session. So if you can place camera at one place and speak, it will be good and impactful message. So that's all about table topic sessions. So let's start with our overall meeting. So our meeting started on time at 7 a.m. exact timings as we start always. So let's start our first role player, that is our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Priyanka. And whenever I see Priyanka on the stage, I always feel goosebumps because I always knew that Priyanka is going to do something new. And today she was started meeting with umbrella, and I was so excited that what's coming to the next in the meeting. And it was really amazing, Priyanka. That colorful umbrella added some vibrancy in the meeting. And the second thing, when I came to know about the Toastmaster of the Day topic which you have chosen, it was like sometimes I feel that what you're going to tell, but the way you have started using the probe, it was amazing. And what to say that you have done a great job regarding that, and you have hooked the audience with that topic, I think. And everybody started sharing their own story and own story and everything. I think it was a great topic. And one more thing which I would like to share, that I think most of the time I cannot speak on this topic, and I don't think so that this can be a TMOD session. But yes, you have done a great job for the TMOD session. And then our next is our evaluator one, that is Toastmaster Anand Katyayani. So whenever Toastmaster Anand comes on the stage, it's all about his winning the stage. And the way he appreciated Aina, and just connected, like the way Priyanka has introduced, and then he has appreciated. Just for a second, I just forgot that evaluation already has been started. I was just listening the appreciation what he was doing, and suddenly I hoped that I have to evaluate the session. So it was good. And CRC approach he has followed, and it was meticulous evaluation on each aspect. He has given recommendation, he has talked about vocal variety, he spoke about body language, he spoke about emotional aspects, and each and every small details of the speech he has talked about. And I don't think so I have any recommendation today for Toastmaster Anand. So now the evaluated two, Toastmaster Tamanna. So Tamanna, I loved your smile. The way you appeared on the screen, it made my day. So your smile is very pretty. Always hold that smile. And loved your expression, the way you are expressing Rupinder's speech. You expressed about like when you were a timer, and on that time you were listening the speech, and nostalgic moment you have shared. That was amazing. You have described each and every detail of the speech. Like you talk about expression, you talk about nostalgic moment, you talk about center message, you spoke about storytelling, the way he spoke. And today you talk about vocal variety also, and you have given CRC approach, and you have given recommendation as well. So good job, Tamanna. And today I don't have any recommendation for you. You have done a great job today. So next, evaluation for our tag team. So our first role player was Toastmaster Dhamdeep, playing the role of timer. So Dhamdeep, I always admire the way you introduce yourself in the role. You are adding some content and speaking that, and always admire the way you speak. I introduce in my role also, but failed to do it. But it was really good. And your evaluation was detailed, concise, and clear report. And the most important thing for your evaluation was, or you always add a tip at last time also you added one tip, and this time also it's really appreciated. So our next role player was AHA counter Sadhna. So Sadhna, it was a detailed report, whatever you have shared, everything you have covered. And I think today I don't have any recommendation for you. Just one thing which I would like to share, it's all about screen, whatever background you're using. I think it was little distracting. If you can use the simple background, it will be good for audience to connect with you. Next role player was grammarian, Toastmaster Nandini. So Nandini, you did an awesome job. You appreciated the phrase of the day which has Anant has used, and then you have given your detailed report, everything, like you have mentioned phrases, how many times people has used phrases, quotation, new words you have noted down. It's really, really difficult job, but you have done it. Your words of the day you have noted down, and people who have mispronounced or misused the word or any wrong grammar they have used, that also you have mentioned. So it was great. Just one recommendation, if you can also add some of the tips to improve on any one of the aspect, maybe using the wrong grammar, or maybe uh, like how they can improve using the word of the day more and more, something like that. Any one recommendation at the end, it will be more impactful. And rest, everything went well. I think I have evaluated everything. And so this is my report. I love today's meeting and energy. It was really amazing. So now I would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Priyanka Mishra. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja, for meticulously pointing out each and every point. Even you did not even leave the background of people, the role players. My goodness, what a general evaluator you were today. Thank you so much. Big claps for our general evaluator. Now, it is time to conclude the meeting. Yes, the very scamming meetings. We talked about scams, the silly ones, the legendary ones. But you know, at some point of time, we also have scammed our way into becoming who we are today. Don't you think? Sometimes we say that even we take, sometimes even I'll share my first experience. I go on the stage of Toastmasters, that when my hands will be trembling when I take over the handover, when I have the handover from the contest chair, and I go on the stage, I give a fake smile, and I'll be deep down, I'll be so nervous. But to people, I'll show that I'm quite confident. Yes, I fake it. I scam them. I say that I'm ready. I say that I belong here. I say that yes, I can do it. So just like Toastmasters, life is also not about being perfect. It's about showing up scared and living empowered. It's about pretending that we are brave until actually we are. It's about scamming the world with confidence until the confidence itself becomes a scam, and we start becoming who we are. So my dear friends, scam your doubts, scam your fear, and scam the voice which says that you are not ready. Because the biggest scam that you will ever pull is making the world believe in you until you finally do as well. Because they say, fake it till you make it. So it is time for me to go back in my disguise. I'll hand over the stage to my dearest presiding officer of the day. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you. We did not see anything. We did not hear anything. But in case someone would like to reiterate what our TMOD mentioned quite secretively today, you can always go back to Turning Point Toastmasters official YouTube channel and watch the recording of this meeting as well as any of the past meetings. One final poll that I would like to launch. That's a poll between Toastmaster of the Day, Table Topic Master, and General Evaluator. I'm marking my choice over here. So can you? And while we do that, I think we have two guests. We would like to seek their opinion on what they liked about the meeting, what would they like us to improve upon, and whether they would like to join us again. Pratna, let's start with you. How was your impression?
As I said in last meeting, the objective of joining Toastmasters seemed accomplished with every meeting that I attend. I really like communicating to people here and seeing how they interact and how they speak about different topics, how we improve each other in the process. And I think I enjoyed today's meeting as well.
So do join our guest WhatsApp group if you are not already a part of that. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Fantastic. And we have left contact number for me and Iti as well. Do reach out to us in the remainder of the week, and we will help you how to join along with the other members who are joining us from August 1st onwards. So we will help you do that. We have Deepesh as well. Deepesh, how was your experience here today, buddy?
Oh, splendid. I really enjoyed the meeting, the theme, the way every session was conducted, the speeches. So every part of the meeting, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's always a new learning every time I come here. So looking forward for more such meetings.
Do join us and keep interacting, keep attending, and we would love to know more about your club as well. So do post about your club, its meeting timing, if it happens in hybrid or online mode, or if physical, then at least we may have some members who may be present over in that city. So you meet in Gurugram itself or where?
No, I'm in Hyderabad, and the club I'm part of is a corporate club. It's a restricted club. So,
Okay, so I remember Voltaire was in our own time. There was
no, not Voltaire. Voltaire is based on Vizag. It's Walk the Talk Toastmasters.
okay. So this perhaps must be in Financial City or Gachibowli.
Yes.
All right. So we have some members as well as some old connects over there in Hyderabad as well. So once maybe somewhere, don't know when, where we might cross our paths very soon.
Sure.
So look forward to that. And thank you so much for joining us here today. Folks, before we conclude the meeting today, I have the result of the polls. Best auxiliary role player among timer, accounter, and grammarian. It, as Rupinder always says, the butler did it. It goes to grammarian, Nandini Gupta. Well done, Nandini, and good job, both timer and accounter as well. Quick check with the best role player result. Wow, fantastic. This is what I needed. It's a tie between Toastmaster of the Day and General Evaluator. Both the ladies did a fantastic job today. So congratulations, Pooja and Priyanka. The best prepared speaker today, by a whisker, by the way. Okay, it was a neck-to-neck race. By a whisker, it goes to the maestro, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. But what a splendid speech from Aina as well. And of course, the main poll, the one which can go either way, and the audience chooses the best table topic speaker today, our visiting Toastmaster Deepesh Gupta. So Deepesh, congratulations. Deepesh Kumar, congratulations for best table topic speaker.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, that concludes the business today. Immediately after the meeting, in our meeting preparation group, start nominating for next week's role. Anshuman is still traveling to his home. It's quite inclement weather over there. However, he is quite excited to start the nomination process for the next week. So while this meeting was running, he already changed the meeting number, etc., the group title and all. So first come, first serve, please nominate, and let's keep the tradition alive for this fantastic meetings that we are having. I personally love the speeches, the quality of the role players, and the involvement by this small pool of people that we had today. Fantastic, keep it up, and look forward to see you in the next week as well. That's